It seems like every day we get a little bit closer to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We have at least another 2 to 3 reports of potential actors who might be appearing in the film as multiverse versions of characters or variants. So let's talk about some of the latest, insanity. Now remember, according to Ace journalists, even if they shot these scenes, they may or may not be in the final cut. And they may or may not put them in depending on the amount of leaks and severity of the leaks. Which automatically to me is the signal for I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm just making this stuff up because this is how it's always been. But again, who really knows? Maybe there is something here, but we keep hearing that there's definitely going to be a big shocking name or two, and most people are looking back at old reports from older actors, what they said, what they're interested in, what could possibly line up with things. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people are pretty much, I would say, dead set on it has to be one of like 3 or 4 actors. Henry Cavill as Captain Britain always seems to get brought up in the conversation. Again, I've said before, that could work. That would legit be a thing that you can make work and easily, so I don't see why not, but I just don't see how you fit that character into the Multiverse of Madness. Unless maybe we go to a multiverse where there is no Captain America and they always had Captain Britain as a stand-in, that could make sense. The other obvious one, and that's the one everybody seems to be just screaming from the rooftops, is something with Ghost Rider, probably Norman Reedus. It's another one of those things where if you just follow the trajectory of the character and what's going on with the film, the Darkhold, check. Mephisto, who knows, but people will will it into existence at some point. So many different things. Ghost Rider goes hand in hand with that. And the other big one is, Wolverine, right? Who's going to be Wolverine? Is it Hugh Jackman? Is he coming back? Is it going to be Keanu Reeves? Is it going to be some new actor? Is it going to be Tom Hardy? Why? Because originally he was very early on in the consideration of recasting Wolverine up on top of like the list. So could they pull that one off? It's an interesting one because you just had Tom Hardy as Venom appear in the MCU and then have him show up again, but he's playing Wolverine could be interesting. But do you then kind of tease people that, hey, we have Tom Hardy as Wolverine permanently, but then don't do it? Like in the main MCU continuity, I think that could really upset a lot of people, especially fanboys / fangirls of Tom Hardy. Like, it personally doesn't make sense to me to cast a character we've never seen in the MCU so far with somebody that's a cameo first, if that makes sense. Like, the reason I would believe is Patrick Stewart returning as Professor X is because he has played that character. But saying, oh, guess what, Giancarlo Esposito is going to play him, well, that's kind of a waste of Giancarlo then. You guys see what I'm saying? So would Tom Hardy be a waste technically, which is what makes me believe this casting a little less. But again, people are just willing to toss anything out there, any actor, any name, and hopefully they're right because they've been rumored at one point or another, which that's probably the smart way to go, I guess, with fishing for scoops. So whatever happens, happens. Let's say out of all the crazy names and rumors you guys have heard, what's the one you hope makes it in? Like, if there's only one you can hope for, what would it be?